all the angle relationships. Now, I like this really colorful diagram because it's going to help you visually see all the examples on there. Okay, now corresponding angles. We're going to start with corresponding angles. And to understand corresponding angles, you have to see that there's two parts of the angles where it's cut by a transversal where it's the same. So I'm going to circle it. So if I circle this area and this area, you can see that all the angles match up, right? Because they're all in the same spot. So that's just a good visual of that. So when we look at corresponding angles, it's the angle that corresponds to like the duplicate of it. Okay, so for example, this angle right here, it corresponds to this angle right here. See how it's in the same position? Let's test another color out and you can see. Now, this angle right here also corresponds to this angle. So notice that they are in the same place, exactly in the same place, and they correspond to each other. So when you're looking at this diagram, an example of corresponding angles is the red one. So red, that corresponds. Now this is just one example. I'm going to go ahead and look at a different example. So I'm going to use the same color. I'm going to say, you know what? Here is this angle and it corresponds to this one right here. Okay, and there is another set of corresponding angles, and we can see that this angle is the same thing as this angle right here. So when we look at this, we can identify what the corresponding angles are. Alternate exterior. Alternate exterior are alternating, meaning opposite sides of the transversal, and it's exterior of the two parallel lines. So if you take a look at here, this is your two parallel lines, and it's cut by this transversal right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out which ones are the alternate exterior angles. So we have our transversal, so alternating exterior. So if I had an angle right here, okay, that is on the opposite side of the transversal. So on the opposite side is over here on this side, and it's exterior, meaning it's on the outside of the parallel lines. So that is alternating exterior. Alternating exterior are also considered congruent, just like corresponding angles are congruent, meaning that they are equal. Okay, so let's go ahead and find another set. So with alternate exterior angles, there's another set that you would call alternate exterior. So here is another angle, and that is alternating exterior to this angle right here, meaning it's on alternating sides of the transversal. That's your transversal, and it's on the exterior of the two parallel lines. Let's go ahead and take a look at vertical angles. Now, we talked about vertical angles already. Vertical angles are just right across from each other. So, for example, if I'm looking at this angle, then these two angles are considered vertical. Another set of vertical angles can be this green one, and vertical to that angle is right here. So remember where they intersect, it makes like an X shape. You can see where they are at. Another set of vertical angles is located right here and is vertical to this side right here. And one more set of vertical angles. This one is vertical to this one. Now, same side interior. Same side interior are not congruent, so be careful with that. So let's go ahead and identify what the same side interior looks like. Same side, meaning it's on the same side of the transversal. So let's take a look at the left side of the transversal, and it's interior, meaning it's inside. So it's saying this is the same side interior angles, saying that it's on the same side of the transversal and is inside, which is interior. Now, these two angles will not be equal. They're actually added together will be equal to 180. I'm just labeling that. So if you add them together, it's going to be equal to 180 degrees. So this is same side interior. Another set of same side interior will be located right here and right here. This is what we call same side interior. Notice that I didn't use the same color because if I use the same color, it represents the same angle. Okay? Alternate interior. Alternate interior are alternating and they are interior. So we're going to find the alternate interior angles. So let's say if this one here is an interior angle, so the alternate interior angle has to be on opposite side and it has to be interior. So these two angles are alternating interior and they are congruent. Another alternating interior, and there's still two sets of those. This is an angle that is interior and it alternates on this side. So this is also alternating interior angles. That's why their colors are the same and they are congruent. Then we have something called same side exterior. Same side exterior are not going to be congruent. They're actually going to be equal to 180 degrees. So same side, that means it has to be on the same side of the transversal. So let's check the left side, but it's exterior. So same side, but exterior. And they're not equal, so I'm going to use two different colors to represent that. So that's same side, but exterior. Another example of that would be the right side of the transversal. So that one is on the same side of the transversal, but outside, exterior of the parallel lines. So here we're going to have same side exterior angles. So now when you look at your diagram, you can see that it's labeling all the parts so you can kind of identify them. You can get an example of each. I would recommend you print this out and glue inside your notes